Live! Happy Friday, everybody!
Yay!
It's
Happy Friday!
We are. We're just going to continue the conversation that we were doing in the green room, which was basically like talking shit about Andrew. So
Yeah. It's all shit we'll say to his face, so we need to say it publicly.
we do. We this is all the stuff we say behind his back and to his face, and we need to further.
So even when he's not here, he's still hijacking the conversation.
It's kind of true, man. It's kind of true.
It's when he just doesn't let you finish like two more sentences to close out what you're talking about that drives me up the fucking wall.
Yeah.
Like I just turn off sometimes I just turn off my mic and I don't talk for the rest of the episode.
Oh, is that really why? You're just like, fuck
Yes.
it, he's hijacked everything.
Yeah. Like we were talking about something several times. He jumped in and derailed it, and it's like I only had like two more sentences I needed to say about the subject.
Was that like last week or the week before, or something like that?
Yeah. Probably both. And I just turn off my mic and just say fuck it.
Yeah, that's what I do too. I turn off my mic and go do stuff.
Yeah, I just like wanted to say like one or two more things about it.
Anyway, so I wanted to start by mentioning something. So you guys remember the old Dos Equis, the most interesting man in the world commercials? To my mind, the greatest advertisement for beer ever, and that includes the Budweiser frogs.
Sure.
Or Spuds MacKenzie.
Yeah, Spuds MacKenzie was classic.
But the most interesting man in the world took a shitty Mexican beer and made it the drink of choice.
I like Dos Equis Amber.
Oh, I like Dos Equis too, but it's it
Have
is
you
what
had
it
the
is.
Amber?
Once, I think. But anyway,
I think it's way better.
All right. Who's hijacking the conversation now, huh?
I am, motherfucker.
All right.
This is his moment. He's never had the chance to do it before.
Well,
Yeah.
So here's the thing. So, the commercials went off the air for a while, but they exist on the internet. Well, with the arrival of AI, and I think I've shared a few of these videos. There's a whole bunch of accounts out now. I'm not sure if it's all from the same guy, but basically they're using AI to make fake, basically piss takes on the Dos Equis commercials. It's like like the most black man in the world, the most Irish man in the world, the most hipster man in the world, the most feminist woman in the world, stuff like that. And it's just like they keep getting progressively more offensive and progressively more like specific. It's like the most. I think the one I saw, at least one I saw, was the most Wisconsin man in the world, or the most socially awkward man in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the most offensive stereotypes they can come up with like AI, pretty realistic animations, but you can tell it's fake because it's got all the hallmarks. The movement's a little too. Hey, Andrew, we were not just talking about you.
Oh, I had the live stream up when you guys started. I heard y'all, and I told the other guys I was live streaming with us, and I got to go. They're talking about me.
Yeah, it all comes from a place of love.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure.
Anyway, but so like it's the most whatever man in the world, and it's like there's I've seen at least like maybe a dozen accounts on YouTube doing this, and they all use like AI cinematics. You can tell it's AI because extra fingers, nonsense words in the background, and it really a lot of increasingly leans heavily into like ethnic stereotypes and whatnot. It's like viruses accounts, but I'm not sure if I can only imagine that it's the same one or two guys doing this across multiple accounts, because I can't imagine that there's like 20 people doing this riffing on the same joke.
It might be if it's. I mean, people do it just to get attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before this fad goes away, you need to do the most adult fantasy man out there.
Maybe.
Living in the Gloam.
All right.
hanging out with aliens. You know, just come up with a whole bunch of crap and just do it.
Todd, can I share my screen real quick?
It depends. Are you hiding the porn tab?
No,
Okay, well, let's hide the porn tab, and then we can do this.
there's no porn tab.
Oh.
Yeah, no, my spank bank is shockingly specific, and I have
Okay,
I rather not get a knock on the FBI on the door from the FBI.
Okay, so Zach, when you share, you don't have to actually share your computer screen. That's okay. It doesn't
Whatever.
matter.
I'm on my other computer, so you're not going to see anything here. Anyway, so
Okay.
And it's sad when your joke goes terribly wrong, Todd.
This is just one of the. I think I've shown this to you guys before, but this is just one of the accounts out there. So let's see, like the most man in the world, most Mexican man, most Jewish man in the world. So yeah, so you see, like there's like at least I don't know, like 4 or 5 different. A lot of they're mostly like abandoned films, but like for example, let's say the most autistic billionaire in the world.
Now, is this something you watch?
Yeah, I watched it. It's funny. Well, I haven't seen this one yet, but it's funny. But yeah, so basically like this. They had this one's actually pretty funny, but this one not so much. Yeah, this one I'm not sure why this one's still up. They had one called the most black man in the world, but that got taken down after like a couple of days.
Did it really? It got taken down?
Yeah, it actually got taken down. And which is weird because this one here is like uber offensive, as is this one.
Well,
and yeah. So but here's the thing. This is like videos like these have been a trend. I've seen like others like these, but like the most Mexican man in the world. Yeah, so you can see it's like the most in the world, so there's like multiple accounts. There's like other accounts that are doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And third one right there. So this one's actually pretty. Yeah, fourth one right there. This is actually funny because I've known guys like this. I mean, and they're getting like really specific now, like the most Arizona man in the world, which
they might be looking at like demographic info and stuff. Is it? I mean, we can't hear it, so.
He didn't share his audio. That's fine.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, I don't want to get. Yeah, no, you're good. I don't want to hear it anyway. Not because I don't want to hear it, but because I don't want to get like taken down or whatever.
But no, it's weird though because they're everywhere now. They're pretty funny, but I'm just wondering if it's like the same guy running multiple accounts, or like possibly
Zach has introduced us to a fad.
Oh, there's so many fads right now. There's so many fads right now.
Yeah, we've seen them. You haven't.
Yeah, I'm just. But no, it's.
Like the Bigfoot ones and the Yeti ones are huge too.
Yeah. Or there's also ones where they have people, where they have like AI interviews of people like Star Wars stormtroopers. There's AI interviews of like of the redcoats at Lexington.
I like the Disney princesses giving dating advice.
Yeah.
And those are pretty funny.
You're so gay.
Well,
yeah, Disney princesses don't show up in our For You pages, bro. Just you. We get the racist jokes.
I'm just. You know what? I'm gonna look it up. I'm going to probably Brony Equestria interview.
Oh my lord!
I'm probably gonna have nightmare fuel for this.
You're looking it up?
I'm looking it up on YouTube right now.
Sure, why not?
No, nothing. No AI.
Andrew's gonna have to like share his deep knowledge of Brony.
I
Oh,
don't
here's
have
one.
any
Oh.
deep knowledge of Brony anything.
Oh, well, actually, here's one. Here's one you might want to. I'm going to show you. And
The
then
Disney Princess Brony match for Zach.
no, but it's almost as funny. AI interviews people aboard the Titanic. AI asks World War III survivors what life is like.
Hey, MK. MK says, "What did I miss? Disney Princess Brony OnlyFans mashup for Zach."
Hold on. Equestria Girls brought to real life by AI.
I'm so curious to see what we're gonna find in your. Well, that's just like, you know.
Yeah, I know, but interview from Rarity. Equestria
Is
Girls.
this Andrew? Is this the stuff that you watch?
This kind of stuff pops up in my feed. I don't necessarily watch them.
Let's see. AI interviews Gotham residents. AI interviews students about Harry Potter. Huge mistake. A lot of Harry Potter ones here.
Oh yeah, have you seen those man on the street like interviews where it's aliens?
Yeah,
Yeah. That was pretty
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, that Todd needs to do a man on the street interview videos with characters from adult fantasy.
Maybe I will say. So we were talking
I
about.
suggested that a while ago.
I know,
Yeah.
and I'm saying he needs to do that.
Well, in I'm already. It's so hard because everyone like these ideas are really good, but then also like everyone does them. Not that I'm trying to be original too much, but there's some
Just
guy.
his shorts.
I know. Well, there's some guy that's already done that did. I mean, I'm gonna do it anyway, but the '90s VHS idea.
Yeah.
Somebody I saw like just last week. Someone was like, "Oh, look at this!" I'm like, "Fuck." It doesn't matter. I'm still gonna do it, but like, it's like,
Why don't
man,
you do something that's popular? I mean,
what do you mean?
if these Bigfoot things and these Disney princess
So-
things are popular right now, do
because
something similar to that.
you're not. So here's the thing: you're not 100% wrong. That you do need to look at like that. You need to look at some kinds of trends, but what you're looking for are like longer news cycle trends. This is what we were talking about last night with the South Park. The reason South Park has longevity is because they will find something that isn't just like a super fad. It's something that has high interest, like high cultural interest. And like the Yetis are huge, but you have to understand like a lot of these fads are fake. Like what happens is there's like teams of original like generative content creators, and what they do is they flood the zone with it, and then they sell the accounts when the thing is popular, and that's how they make money. And so, like with the Yeti thing, like that popped and it's already gone. Like no one gives a shit. I haven't seen anything about it anymore. Like no one's talking about it anymore because the same thing with the Stormtroopers. Like are people doing Stormtrooper stuff? Yeah, of course. But like, is it like hot and new and the thing? No, because it's a fad. And so, like, if I'm the problem with trying to catch a fad like that is it takes me like two weeks on average to do an episode. So if I try to chase a fad, I'm at a minimum I'm 2 weeks behind the people doing it, and by the time it gets out, if I miss the move, then it just sucks.
But the
So,
on the street
I-
but the on the street interviews have been around for years.
Yeah, like that's I probably will do that. Like it's not a bad idea at all. Again, it's just a matter of like time, I guess. But yeah, the men on the street interviews are pretty fun. They're pretty funny.
We need to have more than one person working on your videos.
You're hired, Andrew.
I'd do it. Well, what I'd be willing to do is when you're done with a video, I would chop it up and make shorts out of it, make, promos out of it, that idea that I gave you about, leading up to the new video, I'd be more than willing to do those. Because those are super easy. They just take time.
They just take time. Yeah.
So you give me a video and you say, okay, it's going to launch on this Friday, and I'll create 4 videos coming in 5 days or coming in 4 days and preview something. They'd be really short, but that's what you need. You just need something out there for people to see and bring to. And yes, that takes time, but if you already have the video done, I can chop it up and make those. It's not a big deal. I could probably do 4 in a day and have them all ready for you to go, and you just schedule them.
I definitely appreciate the offer. So we'll
you're
see.
Working on the next video, I'll be chopping up the one you just finished. So just saying, I'm willing to help you with that.
No, and I appreciate it, and I'll probably take you up on it. Right now what I'm doing is I'm working on the website. And the website, I've been working all week on the website, the new Adult Fantasy website. It's almost done.
Are we making any announcements of when that all's happening, or is that still hush hush?
When we're going live?
When we're launching the website, when we're launching everything. Do we have solid dates yet, or are we not?
No, I'm planning for right now. I'm trying to do later this month. Probably towards the end of the month. I don't know an actual date yet, only because there are a few things that I must get done before we go live. So basically what I'm working on is this week is the website. I'll have the whole website done by, I hope, by Monday. It's already getting there. I'm working on the I showed you guys the desktop view last night, and then now I'm doing the mobile views and the tablet view, all the responsive views. So I'll probably have the website, and then I have to do the pop-up modal to capture email and stuff like that. So that'll probably be done this weekend. I'm going to try to get that done this weekend. And then next week I have to work on the newsletter software and get all that stuff going. And once that's done, we got to do some refresh on the accounts. I got to refresh the Discord. I got to refresh the social stuff, get those stuff set up. And then we'll start the launch. We'll pretty much start while the social stuff is getting set up, we'll probably start the launch sequence. So assuming, we'll see how next week goes. And I don't want to commit to any hard date, only because I could get sick next week or something comes up, or the website, the newsletter stuff and the onboarding emails, I think I can get done in a week. But I'm not sure, honestly. So I'm gonna, I just want to make sure that I get everything done before I promise this date, and then it doesn't happen. So, MK says 1 week to air, such a great documentary. And then he's just MK says just do AI ASMR. That's a thing. That's another fad. That's actually a thing. But yeah, so we're marching forward. In fact, I had I don't mind talking about it. So I was doing, so do you guys know that GPT-5 came out yesterday? Are you aware of this?
You mentioned it yesterday.
Yeah, so GPT-5 came out, and I was playing with it a little bit today. It's good, it's fine. Interestingly, I was talking about the launch, and MK says, yep. I was talking about the launch. I was like, okay, well, here's my launch plan. And it was giving me it actually gave me some, I don't want to say advice. It just was like, oh, you should do this. Well, I guess that counts as advice. That I hadn't thought of before, like a launch strategy. And so I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I hadn't thought of that. Well, I'll talk about it. It's a good conversation point. So basically what it was suggesting was, so I have 3 episodes in the can, right? And the reason I decided to do 3 episodes in the can before even talking about it, really, we talk about it here, but before anything, is because I wanted to make sure that I could actually do it. I wanted to know what my cadence would be, how fast can I put these out, or how slow, and I just wanted to gain some confidence in doing it. And after the 3rd episode, I I have a system now, and I'm pretty down. I I hesitate to say that I know what I'm doing, but I kind of know what I'm doing. And I'm like, okay, cool. So we've got that. Um, so my original idea was that the
What's
way
that?
the launch would
Isn't there
go ahead.
isn't there some type of an expression? One is a fluke, two is a coincidence, three you're a professional.
No, well, it's that would be funny because it doesn't sound like it means anything, but it's
Yeah, I know.
one is an anomaly, twice is a coincidence, three times is a trend.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
So
Um,
nothing to do with what you're talking about, but I just thought it was funny.
well, a trend
After
is
three,
yeah,
you've gotten
no,
better. You've gotten better at it. So
yes. After three, it's a trend that means like okay, the first one was 2 weeks. With the first one was a month, the second one was 3 weeks, the third one was 2 weeks, and I feel like the 2 week mark is probably where I'm at right now until the kids are maybe when the kids are back in school, I'll be able to cut it to 1 week. But right now with them home and all the stuff that I got to do, like, it's one every 2 weeks is probably about what I can manage, um, at least at the moment. And so, um, uh, yeah. So what I was planning to do originally was I was going to uh, launch with one episode, of course, and then do an episode every 2 weeks. And um, I would essentially be working a few episodes ahead. Uh, and that way, if I got sick or if I fell behind or whatever, it would give me a padding. I was like, I want padding. That was the other reason to do this. Well, I'm putting all this into GPT, and GPT-5 says what you should do is launch with all 3 episodes. And I was like, what? I was like, I had never heard that before. And it was like, yes. I was like, really? I haven't heard this before. It's like, yes, 100%. You should launch all 3. And I can read why. It's
yeah, I
interesting.
want to know why.
Yeah, let me pull it up. I will read it to you. It says, I gotta find the I have like 8,000
It's gonna take you a while to find
threads.
it because I really want to go get some water.
It might take me a minute to find it.
Okay, I'll be right back. But I
Okay,
want
you
to hear
go.
this. I really want to hear this.
Okay. Let me see if I can find it. Da-da-da-da. Let's see. Okay, here it is. Yeah, so off the bat, what do you guys feel about uh launching all 3 episodes?
Well, you know how I feel about it. You know, sooner the better. But,
Well, yes. I'm just before I kind of put like present ChatGPT's angle, I'm curious as to what you too, MK, what do you think? Launching with all 3. I'm curious what the take is because I was like, really? That sounds totally backward, like totally different than what I was thinking. But it actually made a good, of course, it's GPT-5, so it made a good case. So I'm kind of like, okay, I don't really know. I mean, I'm debating now. It got me debating, whereas before I wasn't even thinking about it.
I have no idea. I just think that if you launch all 3 at once, then you're going to be under the gun to produce more.
Yes.
And if you just launch one, that's going to give you at least a 2-week window before you have to come up with the next thing.
This is true.
So, on my run to go get my ice water, I was thinking.
Wait. How does something happen while you're getting your water?
Because I'm always thinking. I was thinking about what would be the difference between slowly releasing one episode at a time or releasing a bunch at one time. And I'll give you an example in comics where this happened within the last several years. Both Marvel and DC did relaunches. Marvel was doing, I forgot what the one Marvel was doing, but DC, it was like the New 52 or something like that. And what happened was with their release schedule is DC was releasing like 10 new comics a week. Marvel was releasing like 1 or 2. And what happened was when you looked at the charts for best-selling comic of the week, Marvel would always take the top spot, and then DC would take 2, 3, 4, and 5, the top 5. And every week, because Marvel was only putting out 1 new book or 2 new books, and DC was putting out a bunch. But it wasn't DC, of course, was winning because they had like the top 4 spots, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But Marvel was getting the perception of winning because they were number 1.
Right.
When they were actually only putting out 1 book or 2, maybe 2 books. I don't remember the exact thing, but it was DC was putting out a bunch every week, and Marvel was spreading it out slower.
Mm-hmm.
And but the perception was what was perception and reality. Those two things, where everybody perceived Marvel was kicking ass, but in actuality, DC was selling more comics.
Right. So
maybe that's what. Now I want to hear what ChatGPT said about it.
So here's what GPT said, because it was. I was just telling it, giving it some updates on all the stuff that I'm working on, and I was like, and it said I'd recommend launching with all 3 available. Oh, Doc.
Doc's here. Bring him in.
Oh, it's the Doc. What's up, Doc?
Now shut up, because Todd's getting ready to read something important.
No, that's not. Jeez, we haven't seen Doc. Doc is probably in Somalia or something.
Feels like it right now.
I have this perception in this group of being a real ass. I can't not. So. Oh, by the way, okay. I forgot to mention this. Remember how I said my son invited me out to dinner last week, and we were going to go get CC's? Wait. We were talking about how crappy the CC's pizza is, right? Avery, we went to the China buffet and had a very good time with some really good food.
Hey, I know this China pizza. Buffet. It's CD's Nuts. You ever tried that pizza place?
What's that?
CD's Nuts. You ever tried that pizza place?
No, never heard of it.
Okay. They got a buffet.
All right, I'm sorry. Todd wants to read something to us. Right, Todd?
You derailed it twice in the last. You talked about your trip to the water, and then you derailed it twice.
Yes,
okay.
But my trip to the water had an interesting point.
It did, yes.
And that time was just because I was being an ass.
Okay,
he can mute me. He can kick me. Now you know why Dusty kicks me so often.
I do. God. Okay, here's the deal. I just want to give Doc is just tuning in. He's just getting here. So, Doc, TLDR, this week I've been working on the Adult Fantasy website. We'll be done by Monday. Next week I'm doing the newsletters, getting all that stuff set up, yada, yada, yada. I was talking to ChatGPT 5, which I know came out the other day because you're on this like I
haven't tried it yet, but yeah.
It's amazing. I was saying, just giving it an update, like, oh, here's what I'm going to do. And originally, my launch strategy for this has been I was just going to launch one every 2 weeks because my cadence for creation is about once every 2 weeks. And I was like, okay, so I think I'm going to just try to do once every 2 weeks. And so here, I'm going to, Zach, I think I need to mute Zach for a second. Yeah, Zach's green. So I was like, yeah, I'm just going to give ChatGPT 5 an update. I was like, yeah, here's what we're working on. Here's kind of what I'm thinking for my launch strategy. And it came back with this. And it said, I'd recommend launching with all 3 available, then like weekly, bi-weekly cadence from there. And I said, really? Because I was not thinking that, because I made 3 so I could get confident and so I could have some padding. So right before you popped in, I was like, why do you think GPT? I'm going to read what GPT said, but I'm curious if you have any thoughts of why it would say launch with all 3 available.
I think that I think it's always better to come out with a little more, and that way you can automatically click through to the next one, right? If you've got the bait, you've got the anchor, it gives you at least one or two more things to do because you need to see something or some brand
Right.
1, 2, 3 times, right? A little bit of repetition to drill it in.
That's a really good take. And MK says that's Disney's strategy. Yep. Disney Plus. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's true.
So it says, yeah, I'm suggesting it because of audience retention psychology, not because you need to burn through episodes faster. When you launch anything narrative or serialized, the biggest early leak is people watching episode 1 and then forgetting about you before episode 2 drops. That's why Netflix, Amazon, and even YouTube channels start with story arcs often do episode drop strategy. Give people enough to binge at the start so they get hooked into your world. Retention effect. If someone likes episode 1, they'll almost always watch 2 and 3 the same sitting if they can. That moves them from being curious stranger to engaged fan before they can drift away. And the third point is cadence switch. After the binge, you can safely move to your real production pace, whether that's weekly or bi-weekly, because you now have invested viewers who are waiting for more. If you only drop episode 1, your current 2-week cadence means you're giving people 14 days to forget about you. If you launch all 3 at once, even with your current production speed, you've got 6+ weeks of runway before you quote unquote run out, and you've converted more casuals into committed fans in those first 72 hours. And I was like,
that's what they call giving them just the tip.
Just the tip. Yeah, and I asked it for a little more information just now, and so I have not read this, but it says because I was like, oh, even with a bi-weekly cadence, because that's about what I can hit, and it was like, yes, I stand by it even with a bi-weekly cadence. Here's why. Number 1, hook depth matters more than hook speed at launch. If someone watches episode 1, likes it, and immediately has 2 more ready, you're giving them a mini binge. That binge behavior does 2 critical things. It cements them emotionally in your world, and it sends YouTube a strong session length signal in the first 72 hours, which is gold for early algorithmic push. Number 2, bi-weekly is fine if you lock them in early. Viewers will forgive slower cadence after they're already hooked. Dropping 3 at once feels like quote season 1 just dropped, while bi-weekly after that feels like quote new episode of my favorite show. Number 3, it front loads perceived momentum. If you only drop 1 episode at launch, you risk people forgetting about you before episode 2. Dropping 3 means your first time audience gets X number of minutes, like 10, 15 minutes of world immersion instead of 5 to 7. Give or take. And it's assuming length time, but there you go. Number 4, you still keep a buffer. Since you already have 3 in the can, your release calendar starts 3 episodes ahead. That gives you 6 weeks to produce the next 3 while you drip them out bi-weekly. I guess. Yeah. So I was like, that's actually a really interesting strategy that I had not thought of at all.
Because I watched 2, right? And the first one was great. And then I got to see the different perspective of the second one you showed me. And that second one actually gave you more of the world, right?
Yeah.
Because it was like the journey of whatever.
Yeah.
And then you're like, and that was a good order. Don't give them that part first. Give them the little tease, then a little bit of the world, and then the next thing, right? Pique their interest, tie them in, and then build up.
Well, and what's interesting is that the way that we're doing these episodes, and I don't think this is a spoiler, but they're not really, at least right now, they're non-linear, right? And I don't think that's a spoiler. So
no, not at
so
all.
like if you were to drop 3 episodes, it doesn't matter whether they watch the most recent first and go backward, or if they start at the beginning and go forward. Like you could start with episode 3 and do 2 and 1, or you could do 1, 2, and 3. It doesn't really matter.
I just think that one has a lot of like large scale hyper Brooklyn, of, you get the feel for it, right? You know what I mean? So that's a good one to kind of, if if like you were looking at it as 1, 2, 3, I would put that. I haven't seen the third one, but I'd put that like in the middle, right?
Oh, you haven't seen the third one?
Mm-mm. You only showed me 2, I believe. Yeah, just 2.
Yeah, you only showed it
Oh.
to us in the last couple of weeks, so he hasn't been here.
That's right. He had. How have you been, Doc? I'm gonna send you episode 3. But
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, we'll have to chat offline about a few things. But I mean,
cool. Got it.
overall, good. I went to the Philippines. Went to a gaming conf, as you saw on the server. Met like every cool game developer, government entity, like the government entity that is like, it's like 5 silos of creatives that they kind of like represent, almost like I wouldn't say a union, but something like that. Hooked up with a whole bunch of people, saw some friends I hadn't seen, but then I got back and well, I'll have to talk to you off there.
Okay. I understand.
Two
buddy.
things.
I'll just say I'm a free agent now.
Right on. Oh, cool. Okay.
2 things.
Yeah.
I think I agree with every single thing you read from ChatGPT, but I think before you launch with all 3 at one time, you need at least 1, maybe 2 more ready to go.
You think really? Yeah. See, that was also my problem,
I think that would help with your comfort level of doing it. Because I think if you launched all 3, the very next thing you're going to think to yourself is, "Oh my freaking God!"
Right, you'll be in the same place.
That was my only problem. That was my only problem with ChatGPT's answer. Was that's my window.
Does it know you're doing them all by your lonesome, like, or does it think you like have a whole studio behind it? This ain't South Park, bitch. We can't.
It doesn't know you. It doesn't know you at all.
Yeah.
And we do. Number 2. Do you remember many, many, many moons ago when I was working on my comic, Midnight Shift, Tales from the Cornerstone? I showed it to a retailer, and his advice to me was get several issues in the can, because if you put something out and people like it, they expect it once a month. This is comics now. And if you don't print the second issue in a month, people will forget about it completely. You have to have multiple copies done and ready to go. And what I did is the first story arc was 5 issues, and I literally did all 5. And when you and I were talking about it, it was your advice that says, you've already got the first graphic novel done. Why would you do it as comics? Just put it out as a graphic novel. And that changed the course of my entire comic creating mindset. I no longer think about making comics. I think about making graphic novels, and always have. And that's the reason why, is because one person said, have more than 1 in the can so you can keep a schedule. And number 2 said, you've already got it done. Do it as a graphic novel instead, because so many people wait for the trade. And that's what you like to collect yourself, as trades.
Right.
This is the way to do it. As a comic book creator, as a periodical creation, you're dealing with these videos, but you're imagining them like comic books. That's why the idea of one every 2 weeks made perfect sense to you. And when ChatGPT said, "Pay attention, you want people to see it, like it, follow it, and retain," they're giving you a whole different perspective. Because you're still thinking of what you're doing with the mindset of comics.
Well, I have
perfect.
to.
I understand it. Yes,
I have to. Yeah.
Yes.
But you're 100% right. Like for me on a production side, I need to. This is a comic every 2 weeks. I'm doing as many comic books as I can pump out. I treat it, as long as I think about it like comics. I'm sketching it like a comic book. Like I sketch them out real quick. And then I start my storyboards, and then it's like it starts as a comic book and moves into an animation. Right. And as long as I do that, I'm in the zone and I get it done. However, you're 100% correct on the marketing side and the launch side. That ain't it. That ain't it. It's the binge. GPT is right, and so are you guys, and so is MK, who's like, oh yeah, that's Disney Plus's strategy. It was like, oh yeah, I hadn't even thought about that. Like that's Netflix. That's everybody. Like back in the day, remember, they would drop entire seasons and people would binge it in 24 hours and say, where's the next one? And they're like, I don't know, next year.
Well,
right?
what they're doing now, a lot like with Sandman season 2 and Wednesday season 2, they're giving you half the season up front, and then saying, "Okay, join us
Drip,
again
drip, drip,
for the
drip.
rest of it." Yeah,
Yeah.
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 So I
think
mean,
it's a hybrid, man. I think that you will feel more comfortable by at least having one on deck always, right?
Yeah.
For
I
at
think
least
you're right.
3, have one on deck, work on one, 2. I
which
don't know how long it takes
means,
me to make them, but
Todd, get back to work. You need a fourth one.
Yeah. Speaking of Sandman, I watched it.
Oh God. It'll be out before the end of the year. That's all I'm saying.
What'd you say, Doc, about Sandman?
I watched it.
Yeah.
I think I still have like 15 minutes to the last episode. I think it's great. I mean, honestly, I never read front to back the entire series. I want to go back and read it, but I do enjoy it for what it is.
I read pieces.
Yeah.
I've never read straight through because there's a lot. With comics, I read comics because I like the art. And if the art doesn't catch me, and there's a lot of crappy art in Sandman.
Yeah. You gotta like the poetry.
Yeah.
You gotta really like the style. Yeah.
But I mean, I liked it. I watched Wheel of Time as well, or I'm watching Wheel of Time, Zach, by the way.
All right on.
Which I actually like. I'm sorry that they canceled it.
By the way, MK says, "Yeah, you haven't shown me any." I know. I want you to see the intended launch. I'm working hard, man. We all are, but I'm busting my ass. I can say this. I'm very excited by the website. It's quick. Like, I'm not over designing it. I'm not going into like award-winning web designer mode. I'm just getting exactly what I need done. It looks really good. It feels good. The show feels good. Like I have a vibe. It's still not. I mean, doing 3 episodes is different than doing 30. So I have no idea where I'm going to be 6 months from now with it. But I mean, I'll be doing it. But it's not like I have 6 months of plots. I have no idea. But
we do it like we did like way back
when we
started hanging out with the lore games, and where we were just coming up with shit.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I still have really fond memories of doing that. When I first started, I wasn't like on the thing, but I was in the chat a lot, coming up with shit. I had asking. I remember there's a couple. You're asking like evil superpower or evil like a nemesis. And I remember I had one that was conjoined squirrels that I thought was always. I'd still like to see the arch nemesis and the power to create tornadoes, but only very tiny ones that blow your hat off. Hey, you know what though, Todd? I've got more time now. I can just like come out that way and just stand there and give you little sippy cups of water and wipe the fop sweat off of your forehead.
Let's do it. I need it.
A little ball boy at the tennis court.
I need it.
Oh, you dropped your pin, sir?
Oh, sorry, sir. How you doing, sir?
Yeah.
That's adorably cute and also kind of sad.
I only eat once a day. I'm pretty low maintenance.
Dude, I haven't been eating at all, man. I'm eating 4 days, technically 4 days a week.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
I've lost like 15 pounds now, which is awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wait, MK says, that's why I read Hustler, the art. I understand. Hustler was an awesome magazine back in the day, so I hear. So what else is going on, Doc? How is give us the lowdown on the game stuff, man. I mean, that's kind of cool to see that like all the stuff from like all over the world.
I mean, it's I mean, this was a traditional gaming thing. It was a Philippine Game Dev Expo, so it was all local game devs. And what's really cool about out there, there's a lot of people who in Web3 or anywhere that want to, they're like, first we're gonna go to Southeast Asia. We're gonna really get those numbers going. And it's like, man, if you've never actually been to Southeast Asia, you probably need to go. You shouldn't. It's just like I wouldn't ever want to rely on a third party to execute something that's so like so big for my company. And yeah, there's a lot of people that play games in Southeast Asia. There's a lot of people play games in the Philippines. They love to be entertained. They're on their phones all the time, whatever. But they have lowest like in-app purchase spend per. It's just heaped on, so it actually results into something. But unless you understand the culture and the people, then you're just extracting, so I think the Philippine people are super great. They're nice, and the industry is young, man. I mean, like young, because it's only in the last, I don't know, however many years that laptops got more affordable. The software to write games has probably got more lightweight, more freeware, like, to get started, right? More tutorials, things like that. So, I mean, yeah, sure. There's a couple larger games that were there. I'm not sure if they're Philippine or not, like Ragnarok Online, which is kind of a big one or whatever. But it's cool because it's just, and I don't even mean to be rude, but Filipinos all look very young as well. So it's kind of hard to tell, but it's just this young industry, and they're all out there hanging out, supporting each other. Like they're all really trying to work together to raise themselves up, do the thing they love, move past their station. Philippines is not an easy place necessarily to live unless you're kind of like born into it, man. But you go 3-4 blocks off the beaten path, man, and you're in straight up hovel. Like, concrete and rebar buildings, and it's just it. So it was really cool, and it gives you a lot of perspective, especially when it comes to things like marketing, trying to estimate what people might spend on your product or how they're going to value it and what's important for them. So it was really insightful. Every trip's insightful, man. I mean, if I'm not coming back with something, then I did something wrong. But I got a whole folio of business cards back here, with I've got whatever, man, outsourcing studios and all sorts of stuff. So I mean, I know I've always had that kind of stuff anyway, but it was great. It just sucks because I got fired like 5 days later. Not my fault, by the way. All right, I'm not gonna go into it. It's a long, convoluted, a lot of it, but and I saw it coming. Actually, my wife and I predicted it, that when I came back, it would happen. But I'm not gonna yak about it on air. Whatever, man. It's
you can if you want. It makes for good radio.
No, because I don't want to make any kind of disparaging remarks or
no. We will talk about it. It is. I know. I'm just kidding.
Unprofessional.
Correct. Yes.
But
I'm just kidding. But
dude, I actually really do need to talk to you, man, because in the meanwhile, I've been just making some new friends in different places. And dude, I mean, there's 4 or 5 things I could do. I just don't know which one to do first. And they all will bring something good for anything.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I'm working on my Giga brain dumps, planning everything out. I'm going to have more time to actually finish that now. But yeah, I mean, what I would say is I was listening to Jimi Hendrix Band of Gypsies today, because that's just like a great album. And then there's this track, Message to Love, and it's just like, well, I am what I am. Thank you. Some people just don't understand. And that's all I got to say to that motherfucker. to my former employer.
But which we're totally not talking about, because we don't want to disparage anyone. I am what
I am. Hey, man, I am what I am. So I'm very proud of everything that I did. And, good luck to you. Now I can come out and help you guys more and do whatever, right? There's always something.
Absolutely.
To do.
Honestly, brother. And you know what, man? Like, this game, and this is maybe just a little bit of inside baseball for us. But like, this Web3 game, crypto, like where we are is so fucking hard.
It's hard.
It's really, really hard. And very, very few people understand anything. Like even spouses. You know what I mean? Like our spouses kind of put up with us, which is a blessing.
Yeah.
But like, you know, it's a very, very hard game.
Well, I mean, look at it like this. Somebody asked me for a CV lately, and I was like, sure, man, I'm gonna get that typed up. And I went back and typed it up from kind of the start of when I really started to be involved with in the industry and whatever. And like, I can list all the things I can do. But when I go in back and listed like my past history and my work, if you go look at the trading charts, they're all like, it's not great. They're abject failures, right? But for me, every single experience that I had up to this point, I've grown exponentially, and I'm proud of all of the work that I did, right? So it's this weird juxtaposition of, this is the thing with tokens and things like that, is like, clearly if it's not a success and people aren't buying your token, I guess that's a metric, even though we forced that way too early. But you can look at something and be like, wow, that thing didn't do that good. Does this guy actually know anything? Like, you got to actually talk to me and I'll tell you, so it's this weird juxtaposition between like what you can actually do versus the perception of the places that you may have left. And it's startup culture all the way, and in real startup culture in Silicon Valley for founders, like a failure isn't necessarily a failure, right?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah. All it matters is that you finally got one where you got to do an exit. Doesn't matter if it's
right. Well, I mean, even the exits, even
if it was
exits,
a small exit, right? Even if you're like, hey,
right.
I vibe coded some stuff and built it out, and I just sold it for like $250K.
Well, that's right. I mean, even exits technically can be failures.
Oh,
right. Like
100%.
Exits are failures. I mean, if you're talking like specific, because the goal, there's only three, and this is something that I don't think I always think about this, but there's only three options for a company that's venture backed, and that is IPO, which is the success, right? Exit, which is it's a run of the base, right? I mean, everyone can leave with money. It doesn't mean you're not going to get rich by an acquisition, but you didn't go public, right? You're not Facebook, right? It's sort of like, I mean, it's considered break even. Again, even if you walk away with a package of tens of millions of dollars, you technically won life, but in the game of what everyone's playing, it's sort of like a break even or a loss. Or you close shop and you go away.
Yeah.
You fail and crash, you exit, which means you got sold to another company, or you IPO.
Yeah.
And that IPO is what everyone's going for, and that IPO is why 9 out of the 10 investments can fail.
Yeah, it's crazy though, because getting to the point where you can IPO clearly is very difficult. Getting to the point where you've demonstrated that whatever you've done works enough that you're like, it's either one of two things, like, and probably it might even be beyond your capacity to grow. I could probably build a ton of stuff, get it off the ground, get numbers, get money, get it like working. And there's going to be this impasse that I meet where I'm going to have to say, I don't actually know what I'm doing at this point, right? It's bigger than what I can manage. So it's like, I step back to the board, put in another CEO, or I just exit and say, I'm really great at getting startups to viability. And that's why I'm a 5X, I've got five exits and blah, blah, blah. This is the metric, right? It's like that middle ground is some badge of honor. And I don't.
That's the other thing though. Like in normal companies, the disruptor, entrepreneur, founder that is able to get the company launched and get the company backed and get the company to profitability is not the same person that takes it to going public and runs a public company. They're different skill sets. There are very few people who are like a Zuckerberg or a Jobs. And that's like, we're talking like elite of the elite in terms of runners of a company. 99% of the founders of the company end up being kicked off by the investors.
Yeah.
They move to chairmanship. They move to a board seat. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just a different skill set. And like it, you know, a CEO is there to like push papers and hit a bottom line and move the needle, and a founder is there to disrupt things and break things and get the clickety clackety clunkety thing
Yeah.
over the hill. Once it's a machine and it's running smoothly, it's about exponential growth, and that's very
100%.
different. It's very different.
100%.
You know?
So, and that's
Yeah.
why, like, you know, I made this comment recently, and I even like I told, you know, the place I was working, I was like, for the longest time, you know, our job's to get this up to a point where we can hire someone who's better than us to do this, right?
Yeah, 100%.
And like in the 0 to 1, you know, I'm really great 0 to 0.85, 0.95 guy. You know what I'm saying? Like I excel at that, and I can probably push it past 1, you know, of course, but you know, I know what I'm good at, and I'm good at just shaping chaos into something and making it make sense to people. So anyway, man, you know, whatever. Everything's a journey. I'm not, you know, I have my qualms with whatever where I'm at, but hey, dude, I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm alive. I got it just more experience and knowledge than I even know what to do with at this point.
Yeah.
I just got to figure out, you know, where to put my time. And I'll just say one thing, everybody out there, make sure you got that shit on paper. Or document everything, man. It's whatever, man. Look, it's even that, you know, like it's very easy to go just ramrod headstrong and forget some of the core basic elements when you're setting up or running a company. That's just, you know, entrepreneurship and management and things like that. It's very easy mistakes to make, but they can really get you in the butt when the time comes. I'm not saying anything particular to like where I just left. I'm just saying in general, like it's freaking tough, man.
Yeah,
It's
man.
tough. And Web3 makes it more difficult because it's so ambiguous, right? It's just like, I know some cats, I got this thing, I got a good network. Yeah, we can get you funded, but are you setting up a company for success from the ground up? Like, are you actually thinking about, okay, in 5 months, 6 months, I'm going to be here and I'm going to need this. Well, in order to do that successfully, I'm going to have to make sure I've got at least the bare minimum of like ABC, right? So, you know, it's just, man, it's crazy, dude. And you know this. It's wild.
Yeah.
It's so
It
wild.
is wild.
But you know, I feel good, man.
Welcome back. You know?
Karate feels good to get out and move and just trying to stay balanced, bro. I drank this this weed water I got at the gas station the other day. It's like it's like THC, but it's like flavored water, right? Like flavored water. And I was like, I don't like to smoke weed, really. You never know what you're doing. I'm afraid to eat gummies. So I was like, I could just sip on this little can of water. And boy, I got fucked up, son. Like I didn't realize I got the 20 milligram per can versus the 5 milligram.
Oh my god, dude.
And I drank like half of it, and I was like, this isn't doing much. And then it's just like, I'll be in the fetal position for the next 45 minutes to 2 hours if you need me for anything.
They really threw you under a table?
Dude, yeah. I mean, like, it was not quite that bad, but yeah, bro, like, woo. But that stuff's cool, dude, because you can just take a little sipperoonie, right? I don't want to get sink into the couch, but I do enjoy the little creativity boost that it gives me. But yeah, we did that a couple weeks ago. Whew.
Nice.
I don't know. Just, you know, whatever.
Age. Yeah. Whatever.
I don't feel old, man, at all, dude.
No.
Had to go to physical therapy today for my broken body. I got like that pinched nerve. A pinched nerve. It's like it makes my leg all numb and on fire. And I had to go to physical therapy. And
God, dude.
Getting old. Actually, dude, it's just, I mean, not to even just like put a damper on things. It's just like life, man. One of my good friends that I opened a restaurant with in like 2000. You know, we were like family for like years and years and years. He had this terrible bone cancer and he fought for a couple of years. And he was all in remission, dude. Stopped smoking, stopped drinking, lost a bunch of weight. something happened with this like platelet count, and just like got bad news the other day, and it's just like, damn, man, we are, it's like 40, 46, dude. You know, it's just, whew.
Like, what was it? I saw
your babies.
I know it's true. I saw a I mean, this is gonna lighten it up, but on the same tip, I saw.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to like totally kill everything there.
Fuck.
Just like,
No, but did you see do you remember the Hulk Hogan's the cartoon show Hulk Hogan's Heroes or something like that? Like, someone posted an image from the show where it had all the characters in front of the ring. It was like Hulk Hogan and Junkyard Dog and all the wrestlers, and it had the date they're all dead, except they were all like the dates they all passed away, except for Hacksaw Jim Duggan. He's the only one left.
God bless him, man.
So, God bless. So anyway, I just was like, God,
that's awesome.
It's just amazing, man.
They had a Mr. T cartoon around that same time, and I remember.
That's right.
I did a post. I did a post, just a shit post on Twitter the other day. I was like, when I was a kid, all I wanted to be was Mr. T, and that was the absolute truth. Because I remember in first grade, I wanted to be Mr. I love the A-Team. I wanted to be Mr. T so bad. They had that cartoon, and I remember like telling my first grade teacher, like, just wait. Because in the cartoon, he wore like overalls and a t-shirt and his chains and everything, you know?
Yeah.
And I was just like, just wait. I'm going to come here one day in my overalls and my t-shirt.
I'm going to show you. I'll show you all.
Like, I'm going to this is what I'm going to be. And she's like, okay. I'm like, I'm going to be a black man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and here you are.
Hey, here I am.
Yeah. So, really quick, because I do want to ask Andrew, because Andrew, we were talking yesterday, and you were like, "Oh, the stuff I want to say I have tomorrow." So what you got going on? How's your week been, man?
Did I tell you guys? No, I didn't tell you any of it because it all happened on Saturday. That's right. That's okay. So I wanted to tell you the story about my weekend, specifically the Saturday. I love it when people bring me comics, whether I end up buying the collection or trading for the collection. I absolutely love getting new comics. And Saturday morning, I opened the store at 10, and a guy that I hadn't seen in a long time comes in. He has a little black cart, and in the black cart is 4 small boxes of comic boxes. And I was like, "Hey, how's it going?" He said, "Hi, bro." I said, "Great, let me take a look." And as I start to go through those, another regular comes in, and this guy, he usually trades. He kind of waves at me, so I know he's there, and then he grabs my hand cart, which I keep by the door. And when I see that, I know he's going out to his car to get some comics. He comes in with a box of comics, and I'm like, "Hey, Greg, okay." And I'm dealing with this one. I got customers in the store, and I'm trying to make sales, and I'm doing all this. Another regular comes in.
Wow.
With 2 boxes of comics.
You're in the buying comics business, not the selling comics business.
I know what he likes. He'll do trade. He'll do trade for stuff. So he came in, and I'm looking through that. And the first guy, I'm talking to him, and I said, "I recognize you. I've bought collections from you before." He said, "Yeah, the last time I was in the store, you were talking about you were preparing for your daughter's wedding." And I said, "Well, they just celebrated their first anniversary, so that's been at least a year." And he said, "Yeah, it must have been over a year ago." And I'm like, and then I look back, and I never got his name, but I remember I bought a 4-box collection and a 5-box collection from like 2 days in a row, and I gave him $50 a box. They were all filler stuff mostly. So I looked at the 4 boxes, and I said, "If you're looking for cash, I could probably do $50 a box, but for you, a little bit more." So I offered him $220 for the boxes, and he said, "Okay, that'll work." And since I was starting Saturday, I didn't have any freaking money yet. I hadn't made any sales yet. So I went into my consignment where I stash if something consignment sells. I put their money aside. I pulled out one guy that I knew I had some money, and I ended up giving him $150. And now I'm completely out of change. All I've got is dollar bills. Now, all my 5s, 20s, all gone. So that's how my day started. I said, will you come back? And he said, well, I've got 2 more large boxes. I'll come back around 4. I said, perfect.
Sounds like a Ponzi scheme.
I'll have money for you then. I'll have the rest of your money, and I'll at least pay you back that. And he said, okay. He came back at 4, brought me 2 large boxes. I separated them. I offered him some money. He said he countered and ended up being 8 boxes worth, and I paid $50 a box. Which, when I go to the guy that does the 50-cent bins, you fill a box for $55. So $50 is kind of normal for filler stuff. Now, if there was one other guy brought me like a whole run of like Spawn 3 through 53. It's like, okay,
dude,
that's not dollar comics, you know. That's
actually looking to do that. I'm gonna have, when next time I come down, I'm gonna have to dive in because I've kind of been wanting to do
all gone. They're all gone because I have somebody who was looking for the first 50 issues.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that's why I was willing to pay more because I knew I had somebody looking for them. So,
wow. Well, if that comes back, something like that, I'm in the market for Spawn 1 to whatever.
All right,
1 to 25.
So I ended the day. I made enough money to cover what I had paid for those boxes, but the other 2 collections I did trades for. So I wasn't out cash, but I went home with 10 boxes of comics and I ran out of bags and boards. So luckily the one guy, a lot of the comics that I had gotten, there was a lot of them were already in bags and boards. So I've been going through them, freshening them up, tagging them, pricing them, everything, putting everything, nothing super like valuable in there. A lot of filler stuff, which I sell lots and lots of filler stuff.
So here's my question, really, to bump in. What is filler? What is considered filler stuff? Like, what is that? Just like Wildcats number 6 or something?
This is Event Leviathan number 1, Flashpoint Abin Sur issue number 2, Fanboy number 1, Flash issue number 52. Dark Knight's Death Metal number 4, Batman the 10-cent issue number 1, Batman Adventures number 16 and number 2. These are all filler stuff. These are not, they're filler comic would be a comic that's not a key.
Okay.
There's fillers and there's keys. Let's put it that way. There's fillers and there's keys.
Got it.
If it's not a key, it's just a filler book. And one of the guys that traded in stuff, he likes to trade into me runs, whether it's a 4-issue limited series, a 3-issue limited series, or in this case it was all 36 issues of Scooby-Doo Apocalypse. And so I know I can bundle those together and put them out for sale, and somebody will buy because I bag and board each issue. So when you buy a bundle set from me, they're all bagged and boarded. It makes them even better, and you get them at a good price. And I got a crap load of new bundles at the store, and
that's all. That's why I got Leave It to Chance from you, the 13 issue Leave It to Chance issue.
Yep. And I still have 3 boxes of unbagged and boarded comics to go through. So what's going to the store, and I did like 4 boxes worth plus 2 more boxes here. Just lots and lots and lots and lots of new comics. And
you like that though. You're in
I
heaven.
love it. I love it. Well, one of the sets that came in is the guy in the collection was the Steve Skaros limited series from Image called The Maestro.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And I've read issue 1 because when it came out, I bought it and then I ignored the rest of it. Well, it's a 7-issue series, and in the collection he had 1 through 6, and I had a copy of 7 at the store already. So I grabbed that while I was there today. I brought them home. I read all 7 of them, and then I bundled them together as one bundle. And so now I got to read them all. So it was kind of cool being able to read them. But yeah. And remember that one comic I showed you guys? The one that's from Image Comics with Andrew Robinson was the artist, called Stand Still. And the story was the guy had a watch that allows him to freeze time. And he was like a real bad guy, but he, doing it for value. Issues in the boxes was issues 1 through 3.
Oh,
cool. Turns out it's an 8-issue limited series. So I had only ever read issue 1. Didn't even know the series existed. So I got to read the first 3 issues, which it got it's interesting.
Andrew Robinson's a great artist.
Oh, he is. He is. It's great art too. So
Yeah. I actually, just so you know, like I was, because I'm organizing my comic collection, and I realized the reason Spawn was on my mind is because I realized I don't have the first issues. Like I don't have any of them. I don't have Spawn.
They're all out there. I mean, they're very easy to come by.
I know, but I just don't have them.
I don't think I have a lot either.
Issue 1, people usually put a price tag on, a higher price tag, that though it may not be worth it. The other issue that's worth something in the first 50 is 9. That's the first appearance of Angela.
Yeah.
And that's it. The rest of them are very common. They pop up.
Yeah, I don't have any of them. I think the first ones that I have are some of the Capullo run in like the 16s or 17s, something like that.
Yep.
And I don't know why, because obviously I have like all the other Image founders, like I have more Wetworks than I have Spawn, and which is weird to me. Like Shadowhawk, I'm like, yeah, okay. But I have like 4 copies of Tribe.
Yeah, I
1 to 4.
I have like 5 copies of Tribe #1, all signed by both
writers. At the store, I'm gonna have to pick one up.
No, not well. Yeah, they're at the store now, but they're not out for sale.
Why not?
One of the guys that does the trades with me wanted to trade for older books, and I told him I had older books set aside for possible grading. He says, "Well, bring them in." So I've been bringing some of those boxes in and letting him go through it, and he's found a couple things he's wanted in there, and I'm like, some of them are low priority where I would never get them graded, even though they're set aside for potential grading. So I'd rather just sell them. And I've been selling a lot of that stuff just simply because, right now I'm just sitting on them.
A signed Tribe #1 though, I might want to get from you.
I told you I was going to let you have one because I have like 5 copies.
I know. Well, you know what I found, and I didn't even know I had, was 2 things. I found one of the random books that has Stan Lee sign.
Yeah.
It was like some terrible random X-Men book that I pulled out of a dollar bin just because I was like, oh God, I gotta get, it was like a Batman book and this other thing. And I've never found the Batman book, but I found this thing. And so I got a Stan Lee signature that's on like a terrible book.
Well, good.
But then I got I pulled, and I must have either gotten this from you or just from a random box somewhere. It was the Joe Quesada Daredevil #1 when he started doing the Nights, whatever.
Yep.
And it's got his signature on it, and it's got somebody else's signature on it, and it says, "I posed for this." And I don't know if it's a joke or what, because it's like it's a black marker on that cover, and it's really hard to see. So I can't tell who signed it. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm like, maybe it's Jimmy Palmiotti or something. I don't know. Like, I have no idea.
That's kind of funny. Yeah.
Yeah, here, I'll show you. Maybe you can read it. Hold on. It's right here. Let me see. I just have to stand up. I'll show you what I got here.
One of the books that was in this collection was a copy of Ash #1, signed by both Quesada and Palmiotti. So I thought.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But the Daredevil one, that's actually worth some money right now, because that's a
Yeah, you're never going to be able to see this, so I'm apologizing. It's really, I was like, I didn't even know that it was signed, but like, that's how dark it is. Like, okay, so there's Quesada's signature. You see that right there?
Not really. Oh yeah, okay. So 90. Let's say 91.
Yeah, something like
99.
that. 99 maybe.
Yeah.
But then right here, it says, "I posed for this," and then there's another signature across the body that I cannot read.
Well.
Yeah, and I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what to do with that. And then here's the random Stan Lee. This is so bad, dude. It's the worst comic ever. Like, it's just terrible. But
well, that's a Stan Lee signature.
That's cool though. On the shield, that looks good. Oh, yeah. X-Men, was it Forever 2?
I don't know. X-Men Forever #2. I don't even remember this book.
It looks
pretty awful. But yeah, it's like, I'm like, you know what? It's a good
Hey, man.
story for me. You know what I mean?
It's a nice signature on that cover, though. Like,
Yeah.
right on the shield like that. It looks good, really good.
Yeah, it's just I wish it was like a better book. Like, out of every single comic that I own, I was like, oh crap, I got to get him to sign something.
Yeah.
And I wish I had that. I wish I could find that Batman because that's just fucking funny.
Speaking of Batman, have you seen the trailer for the Aztec Batman DC animated universe?
I think did I see? I don't know.
So.
Should we pull this up? Do we
You
need
should,
to pull it
because
up?
I'd like to know what you think about the trailer.
Should we? Let's see. You want me to pull it up, or do you want to pull it up?
Oh, let me see here. Let me just make sure I'm also trading some shit coins in the background. Batman Aztec. Daddy needs some milk money.
Doc.
Just a couple bucks here and there.
Just a couple dollars. Just a couple dollars.
Wait, which one? Oh, this one's from Warner Brothers. Okay. I'll just save my shit. It auto played and scared the shit out of me. My headphones. Woo! All right, here we go. Share. Wait, did I not do it in the right?
Yeah, I think you have to share the tab so you can also share the audio.
Hold on, it's got to be in Chrome. All right, it's the same browser here. All right.
Dopes.
Wait, is it not doing it?
Yeah. Hold on.
Oh, it did? Okay, I can't tell. This is different than Stream Yards.
Okay. Oh, yeah, it's a little different.
All right.
A wise man told me once, fear can kill you or inspire you to action.
My son, when you take my place, it'll be your duty to always be ready for battle.
What are those?
My hands control the power of destiny. What I want is gold.
Impossible. We have strict rules in place that forbid this.
Rules are rules.
Slaughter them all!
Tell me if you want me to stop
You're
it when
right.
you've seen enough. Or whatever.
No, you're good.
All right.
Yeah, please stop it.
I do, Zach.
I'm going to stop Cortez. I want you to train me to become the greatest warrior that the world has ever known.
Terrible.
I
Pause
know,
it.
I know.
Like
Hold on.
absolute woke horse shit.
Oh,
My
God.
blood is actually boiling just watching this.
So fucking thank you.
Diuretics
It's
speak
so
from
bad.
a liberal asshole.
Well, don't you know this is based on the classic Elseworld story?
I don't give. I don't.
Doesn't
give-
matter. This
I don't-
animation is dog.
I don't give. I don't
meat.
give a shit.
It's
I don't
like,
give a shit. I mean, if
Like
they
It's like,
want
this
to be
looks like
historically
old.
accurate, if they want to be
Here's the thing I
historically
didn't
accurate, they'd be showing the human sacrifices. And the
Well.
cannibalism, and
Well,
the
No, Zach. No, you are misinformed. The Aztecs were loving and caring people. Zach.
So when they deliberately made little children cry before they sacrificed them to the rain god, that was actually an act. That was actually an act of I don't know, whatever the opposite of rabid child abuse is.
It was.
Did
It
the
was an
Aztecs
act
do
of
the
love.
sacrifices or the Mayans or the
Aztec,
Olmecs?
both of them.
They all did. Human sacrifice was a big part of Mesoamerican culture. Although the
Right.
Aztecs, to be fair, probably took it to a further extreme than anyone else. But seriously, this looks like something that was cooked up in the cooked up in an undergraduate American history course taught by I don't know who the. I'm sorry, man. I mean,
no, it's shit. But I don't not for that reason. For me, it's this reason. It's like this shitty. Like I'm just going to animate. It's like shitty. You're just blowing up. It's like you're just blowing up like if you're using After Effects, right? And you're just like making it's shit. This boat. It's all shit. It's shit. It's shit animation. It's horrible. This is like.
Yeah, it's terrible animation, and interestingly enough,
Saturday morning cartoon animation. This is
interestingly enough, I had just seen like some, and I have it bookmarked somewhere, and I can't get into my X account right now because I had to log out of everything anyway.
Mhm.
But it was oh god, maybe it's on my phone. But
Batman
listen,
Ninja, though, was dope.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, but it was some college professor chick literally this week talking about how the Aztec and Mayan sacrifice was like compassion and like wasn't like it was just completely just twisted. It was like, yeah, it's totally fine, and they were loving and caring, and it was nurturing to sacrifice their children. Like it was so ass backward.
You know what this really reminds me of is Batman Ninja. Seriously.
Wait.
Batman Ninja's good.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that looks better.
Yeah.
You never saw Batman Ninja? I think there's even a part 2. It's actually pretty decent, man.
All right.
I tried watching the part 2. I kept getting lost.
I haven't watched 2, but I mean, at least they have like good action sequences and real
directors.
direction. Yeah, exactly right.
Part 2 had a lot of reference to like Japanese and Chinese anime.
No, wait, did Doc just drop? Oh, there he is.
I exited the whole thing.
Where like there were scenes where like a character would start singing and it would be like old retro. It was like really weird.
Like with the koto.
It didn't.
I like that shit.
Didn't keep my attention at all.
Well, that Aztec thing's a pile of shit. That could be awesome if it was like gritty and visceral and maybe shaded or like any sort of like element of not 100% done in what's the this I want to say Adobe that she used for like whatever. I can't even think right
Flash?
now. Not Flash, but it's just like Inkscape. It's like Inkscape, like whatever the equivalent of Adobe is, right?
It looks like they spent $5 on the series.
Exactly, dude. And they just like straight like filled the cell. It's just like Aztecs, man. It was cool.
Why is it?
The armor looks cool.
Why is it needed? Who's asking for this?
I don't know. Probably someone that's like, that Japanese one did real good. What other culture can we throw them in?
Who pitches that though? Who pitched it? Like, Batman and that. Like, let's just do caveman Batman. Like, let's go.
Yeah, right. I don't know. I mean, it could be cool, dude. I don't know. Did you get to see the actual suit though? It's kind of cool.
It's all right, but it's probably. I mean, the Japanese one looked way better.
Oh, it's way cooler. But I mean, wait. Let's get an image because it does have, like Joker and Two-Face. But this is not what. Does this look? Is this the same as what the actual? This looks different than the art from the trailer. It looks way more stylized.
Let's see.
You can. I don't know if I can try to. Oh, of course, it doesn't blow it up. But like Joker's cool. Makes sense to have him be like a witch doctor, shaman-y guy.
Yeah.
I guess this is obviously becomes Two-Face, right? But see, that's this, and then here's an actual cell from the like, look, okay-ish,
Yeah.
It's just like, man, you wasted a good opportunity because it's kind of a cool armor. Like and that's scary. If you think about the at the reliefs and all the gods, the feathers, they're very ornate and cool, and I think that it translates well here. But
I find
this just looks like a Haitian witch doctor.
I find it does. I find it really interesting that these brands don't have a problem diluting themselves so much.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I was doing this stuff with like Warner Brothers and Cartoon Network and all of this, like the brands were so tight that you had to get so many approvals to make sure that the character and everything about the character was going to be precise and accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because it's the brand. Like you don't want the brand to be diluted or to be fucked up or anything like that. And when I see something like that on the surface level, I could totally see like, oh yeah, Aztec Batman or whatever, Mayan Batman, Ninja Batman, totally cool. Just try it. The problem is that you're diluting the brand basically what you're doing is you're saying, okay, the idea of a Batman has gone throughout all of history, right?
Yeah.
So then it is no longer unique to Bruce Wayne, right? But unless you apply some kind of mystical or spiritual thing to Bruce Wayne, it doesn't really work.
Yeah.
And maybe they have, and I'm just not aware of it.
Well,
but
I don't.
But do you see what I'm saying? It's a little like.
Yeah. Oh, that's from a 2014 exhibition, because there's like this. I also see these photos of they're like, oh, it's an ancient god and it looks a lot like Batman, but it was just some dude made. Yeah, I mean, like whatever. Like you kill the invaders come, they kill the papa, the guy runs away, and then like if you follow the rest of the trailer, he runs into like the elder warrior, and he's like, teach me to be the best warrior, and then they go through the training, and then he's whatever, like I can do like the suspension suspend the belief kind of thing, but the problem is, man, even though they're not all zingers, I'm not a DC fan necessarily. I don't know the deep, like when you go maybe like down 2-3 tiers of characters, I get lost into who's who. But I always like to watch DC animated universe stuff because they make it adult, they make it gritty, they don't pull like a whole ton of punches and so stuff like that. Depending on sometimes they're actually like bloody and violent and whatever. Not that you need that, but I think if you're not in the there's that part of DC that's it is pretty gritty. I think it's grittier than Marvel sometimes, right? It just always has that classic crimey kind of thing. But like this is shit. This is garbage, man.
Hey, do you guys know who Bo DeMaio is? So he was the guy who was running the X-Men 97, on Disney Plus. I think he got removed. The official reason was that he posted some weird pics of himself on Twitter. I mean, he's got a very colorful personal life, but he was very good at his job. And he when he was there, he put out a good show. And he put out a Twitter thread recently explaining why basically Marvel's so fucked up on the back end. Just look up Bo DeMaio X or Twitter, and it's the so basically it's. And he really goes down there that guys, someone like me and a lot of others, we like to piss them off about, oh, it's all woke and bullshit, yada yada yada, and yeah, that's part of it. But I think a lot of it, it's like anything else, it just boils down to leadership. The people who are running, people who are running the back end. You're asking why are they diluting the brand? Because they don't care about the brand. They're not fans. They're basically careerists. Hand-raising t-shirts past careerists who are trying to climb up the ladder, and to them, this is just like something. This is just something they have to manage. They and a lot of them actually have contempt for it. They see it as like, oh, great comic books. I'm creating stuff for like fat nerds living in their mom's basements. They don't care about it.
Well, what's interesting. What's interesting about that is that there's actually a
I saw the post why he got fired.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
The post.
No, what's fascinating about it is that, yeah, we finally hit a generation where the people running it and the people that were getting hired aren't fans of the material in the way that we were. Like, you've got people who work at a comic company and publish comics and edit comics that didn't grow up in comics and don't read comics and don't really have an affinity for it. You know, they like the games and they might like the movies, but that's not the comics, and that's fine. But that's not, you can't. You should work in the movies, or you should work in anything else. Like, you shouldn't work in an area that you don't really understand, in my opinion.
Well, the thing that like, this guy is clearly like I'm pretty sure he's a gay member of the gay community or whatever. And he posted this beefy fan art of Cyclops to say, like, thanks, right? I'm so grateful to work on X-Men 97. That he posted gay Cyclops. So he says he got, like, stripped of the credits. Fan art. It's not his art, right? It's fan art. Which is,
I don't know if that's. I don't think that's it. I don't.
That's what they say, at least. But that'd be stupid. That would be stupid, unless they were trying to say that, the brand X-Men 97 and that and the association.
Well, the problem is that I think from just I'm getting from reading his tweets is that, and from what I've also seen is that, yes, a lot of it is just like political groupthink, but most of it's just groupthink in general. You basically got too many hands with too many hands in the pot, and too many people who want to have their say, and there are too many guys who really are more concerned about, they don't want to put out a good story. They want to keep their jobs, especially now where, given that the film industry and that, the media industry in general is basically going through a rough patch, like more than a rough patch actually. They're, yes, risk taking might pull them out of it, but if you get it wrong, you're out of a job. And given the way things are right now, if you lose your job, you may not get another one. I mean, it's like, even at the best of times, it's a rough industry to make your way in.
Yeah.
And so you get a combination of fear, arrogance, contempt for the fans, blind careerism, and just basically, if you live in a bubble where everybody's where everybody says the same thing, the common wisdom becomes the only wisdom. At least that's the take I have of it, and that's we see that in a lot of, like, creative spaces nowadays. I mean, I think that the reason why somebody's like, why there's such an explosion of indie stuff coming out right now, indie books, indie comics, indie animations, indie games, is because if you want to be creative, you basically have to be the only guy in charge, because otherwise you're going to have some editor breathing down your neck and so on and so forth. I mean, look, in my own experience, when it comes to books, people are always saying, men don't read anymore. That's bullshit. Men do read. They will read fiction if there's fiction that's being made for them. But the problem is that the people is that in like the what's left of the publishing industry, the people running it are basically white liberal English majors from, like, the Ivy Leagues. So that's and they have a very specific idea of what they want, what they don't want. So, but the thing is, there are books out there that are being read by men, by boys, and by people who aren't into, like, romantasy. You just don't hear about. I
still want to read that book about the guy who was horny for helicopters.
Hey, speaking of Disney and losing your job, Did you guys see the news about Gina Carano?
Oh yeah. Disney settled in her favor.
Yep, fantastic. One of the articles I read said that they were getting to the stage in the trial to where Disney was going to have to produce all the emails, Discovery, and so forth, and they decided they'd rather just settle.
There were a lot of people who were complaining about this, saying she should have stuck the course and taken him down. I mean,
no, apparently she's happy. Yeah, whatever the settlement was, she's happy.
If I was Gina, I take the money and run too. Times are tough.
I'm sure she made a fortune. I'm sure it's a fortune.
Yeah, there's also rumors that she may be going back to Disney to star in more Star Wars stuff too. So we'll have to see.
I don't think
Part of the headlines was they were going to hire her back or something.
Look, dude, I don't think Star Wars is going to be around for much longer, given the way they're going right now. And I don't think Marvel's going to be around for that much longer either, because just given what, unless they really start to shake things up. Because look, you said it. I mean, from what I've seen of Fantastic Four, it's not a bad movie. You know, it's not the Acolyte. Let me put it that way. But
I know.
Oh, did you watch it? Did you go see it?
I've seen parts of it. I mean, it's on my list. What I have seen of it, I like. I mean, and look, I like Julia Garner. I think she's one of those actresses who can basically play any role. You know, give her an accent, give her a part, she'll find a way to make it work. She's like Gary Oldman. She's like Gary Oldman in that regard. I don't know, but it just didn't click for some reason. I mean, and I think it might be more because I don't. Yes, I could say, oh, you know, Pedro Pascal woke, blah blah blah. I don't think that's it. I mean, when you had Christian Toto, who is no one's idea of a left-wing film critic, gave it a rave review. It just didn't click.
Well, I know it's already after 10, and I know Todd wants to wrap up really, really soon. But before he does, I want to talk about these Hello Kitty minifigs that I found at Target. These are adorable. It's a company called Builder, and they have play sets, but they also have individual blind bags, which I used to love from Lego, which are no longer. They don't do the blind bags anymore. They do the blind boxes. By the way, guys, guess what the next blind box set from Lego is going to be?
No idea.
Spider-Man Spider-Verse. It's going to be like cool. Miles Morales and Spider-Gwen and a whole bunch of, it's like 12 different characters from the Spider-Man movies. So they look really, really cool. And Lego has confirmed them. So they will be coming out in the next month. So me and Mike are actually really excited about getting them. Well, back to these. These are adorable. They're not Lego, but they have the same characteristics of Lego. But they're adorable for little kids, especially little girls. And I bought 5 of them.
What you're putting in your van, Andrew?
I bought 5 of them, and they're. This is the Hello Kitty. I mean,
yeah,
they
that's
look
pretty
great for little girls that like building block stuff. They'll love these. Yeah. And there's 6 characters. I'm really waiting for Todd to cut me off.
Yeah, I know you are.
And end the channel. But if he's not going to do it, I'm going to show you all the characters that come in this set.
Yeah, I love Bats Maru, man.
There's 6 of them.
I had a bunch of Bats Maru.
I haven't come across him yet, so
yeah.
Avery left.
I was wondering when that was going to happen.
Yeah, MK says he's a fan of Pacheco. Yeah, right, and all right, fine. I love you guys. Andrew, go to hell. No, I'm kidding. I love you, Andrew. I love you guys. Love you, MK. Love you, Don. Love you all. Everybody. Happy Friday. Man, it's good. It's a good Friday.
Yep.
It's nice. Love you guys. Have a good weekend.
ChatGPT totally destroyed your plan.
It did.
Probably for the better, but for the better, maybe.
I'm going to have to think about it this weekend, but I have to admit, it is compelling, and it's not wrong.
I think it's the right thing to do. Just do a hybrid and have at least one more backup.
Yeah.
And Doc, stick around. I want to share something with you.
Yeah, of course.
MK, night, guys. Have a great weekend. Yeah, night, brother. See you soon. Love you, man. And we will see you soon. Same bat time, same bat channel. Until then.